These past few days have been an emotional roller coaster. I thought I was done. I thought I'd put RWBY behind me. All the years of supporting the show, meeting Monty, and the fall from grace that was Miles and Cary's utter mishandling of the franchise. I thought it was over. In fact, it's been 4 years to the day since I made a video saying I was done, that I was moving on. But this week, after 21 years, Rooster Teeth finally shut down. And it was revealed Warner Brothers were looking to sell RWBY, as well as the other Rooster Teeth IPs. At first, I chuckled, unsurprised what had happened. Then, I was sad. I'd cared so much about this franchise, and to see it end like that? However, it doesn't seem like this is the end. Dylan Gu, one of the original animators who worked with Monty Oum on RWBY, put it out there on Twitter that he was interested in picking up the IP. Suddenly, I was enthused, emboldened even. The possibility that Dylan and Shane could come back and work on RWBY again, and bring back the classic vibe that made it so popular. There was something I hadn't felt in a long time about this franchise. Hope. Hope that there was something positive that could come out of all this. That RWBY might actually get the good ending. Then Rooster Teeth did their goodbye stream. It didn't take long for the remaining face of the two-headed Hydra that dragged the show to its grave got a turn to speak. Cary brought up how the team was still working on Volume 10 and were looking for partners to help them get it finished. I'm just gonna say it. No build-up, no playful set dressing. This man is gaslighting his community. Hands down. When an IP goes up for sale, the parent company does not ask the studio who drove that IP's value into the dirt if they would like to find investors. They simply find the best deal and dump the sunk costs onto the next guy. The receiving party almost never keeps any of the original team. Cary is just saying what he feels will put him in the best position he can be in the eyes of the community. It is, quite honestly, a pretty scumbaggy thing to do. A real man would face the camera, look into the eyes of the viewer, and tell them, we don't know what's going to happen next. All we can do is keep working and hope that there's a future. But instead, he made blind promises of the show going on, of getting a partner to help them keep the work going, building this idea with his devoted fans that he is in control. This company? It's done. It's over. By the end of April, it will cease to exist. His control of this franchise, as of right now, is at an end. No crescendo, but a whimper. But there is hope. When Monty first started RWBY, it was just him and a handful of friends animating the show. One of those animators was Dylan, who after leaving RWBY put together his own little animation studio. When the news broke online, he expressed interest in picking up the rights to the franchise. Dylan is friends with Shane, another man who worked closely with Monty on those early few volumes of RWBY. It is very likely if Dylan picked up the rights, Shane would also come back on board. Two of the key animators from RWBY's prime time, back at it again, bringing new life into the franchise. This, in all likelihood, is both a long shot and a best-case scenario. Warner Brothers is an old, meticulous company, with a lot of old, white-haired boomers running things. They will, in all likelihood, dump the IP on the highest bidder. While I hope Dylan and his team could be that bidder, other companies might try to swoop in and make their money back off merchandising these characters. A company like Crunchyroll comes to mind. As I see it, the future of the franchise has 3 possible paths. The good, a team of people passionate about the franchise will come in and get control and reboot it, with good writers and even better animators, building a cult favorite action-packed adventure. The bad, the show dies. Warner Brothers don't see any value in the offers for the IP and decide to shelve it permanently, holding on to the rights but doing nothing with it. RWBY simply ends. Nothing else comes of it. The ugly, a company like Crunchyroll comes around, picks up the show, and either lets the original team come in and finish the series with another few volumes of the same old ship-baiting, toxic, and terrible writing, or they use their own in-house writers, who do the same. The state of modern animation in America right now is a bit of a cesspit, so I imagine most third parties would just keep the same old bad writing and DEI focus that killed the show in the first place. Personally, I hope that there's a happy ending out there, that the right people could get this franchise and turn it around. Put the stupid, toxic shipping behind them and focus on what really made this franchise so special. Badass fight scenes, colorful costumes, and hard-hitting music following along. I would put my own money on the line to see Dylan and his team get a chance to do RWBY right. But if someone else were to pick it up, I don't know if I can ride that emotional roller coaster again. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I wish there was a more positive note to end this on, but the future really is up in the air. At least the iteration that we all watched go down in a ball of flames is, at least in some part, over. And we can only wish the best for whatever comes next. Anyways, my name's Gio, and this is Full-Time Nazari. Peace.